Welcome back to Good Day. It may be summer, but it's time for some football.
Yeah, believe it or not, football with a European spin, and we're not talking about soccer. The Italian Bowl is American football played by professional Italian players.
The big game is happening at Toledo's Glass Bowl in a month. Nick Eyde helped make it all happen. He joins us this morning. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Absolutely. So you played in one of these before, huh?
I played in one in 2009.
Wow. So we were just chatting, quarterback. How did you get into the league?
So that's a good story. So I finished college in 2001, and I had the opportunity to kind of work out for some of the different teams in Europe. And from that workout, I didn't think I had been selected. And so in that spring of 2001, I was kind of waiting around, and all of a sudden got a phone call on a Tuesday from a team, first in Austria. I played my first season in Austria, but this team called me on a Tuesday and said, hey, can you play in a game on Saturday? And I was, 21. I said, I want to keep playing football, so yeah, I'll be on that flight. So
that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about the Italian Football League. Is it different, I assume, from the NFL and the rules that they have?
A good question. So the rules are NCAA rules. So 1 foot in bounds. All the rest is basically NCAA. There is this term relegation, which is used, which I think is a fantastic one. If you finish in the bottom half of the league, the last two teams, you're relegated out and have to apply to get back into the first division. Or some of the better second division teams get to pop up in the first division. So
yeah.
That's an interesting way. Yeah,
it is.
Exactly. Makes it really competitive. You have to play well, and there's motivation there to do that. So this game that's coming to the Glass Bowl is kind of like the Super Bowl, right? For the league?
It is the Italian version of the Super Bowl, called the Italian Bowl. It'll be the best two teams, the teams that win in the semifinal games coming up in a couple weeks, will be playing their championship game for the first time outside of Europe. This is the 42nd edition, so all the previous years have been played in Italy. I played in a beach town in 2009 called Milano Marittima, just a beautiful town.
Ooh.
And
sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. So this is a big deal that it is coming to Toledo.
It's huge. First time out of Europe, and we have it right here in the Glass City. How did that come about?
A lot of twists and turns. COVID got in the way a little bit of this, because we started these conversations back in 2017, 2018. But the idea was, we're creating this sister city relationship between the city of Ferrara, Italy, which is now our sister city, and the city of Toledo. And kind of out of those conversations, the director of the Italian Bowl at that time is from the city of Ferrara, had visited here in some of the sister city conversations and said, what if we did a destination Italian Bowl and played it in Ohio? And there's some good reasons why. One, the game of American football was born in Ohio. The Hall of Fame is in Ohio.
It's kind of a big deal here.
Yeah, kind of a big deal, right. And then there are some, historical kind of connections between Toledo and the birth of American football in Europe. So in World War II, the first game of real substance was played in Florence's Serie A Stadium, and that was played on January 1st in 1945, about 30 kilometers away from the war front. And so planes kind of had to circle the stadium, because you had 20-some thousand troops, keeping this January 1st bowl game feeling going alive while they're in the middle of war. And so out of that, Toledo kind of fits in that picture too, because the Jeep was such a critical piece of liberating Europe and kind of being a part of that. And so, as you guys know, every Jeep in the world is made here. And so to kind of tie that in as well as a part of Toledo's fabric was important for us too.
Wow, it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so some past history and history is being made with this Italian Bowl happening in the Glass City this year in just a month. So are there events leading up to this just to build anticipation a little bit?
Great question. So we have a lot of fun things happening. There'll be Passport to Italy, which is essentially a restaurant week. I think we have 40-some restaurants participating, so you'll be able to go in there, try their Italian-themed meals and drinks, vote on them, and kind of decide who's going to be the winner. And then on the game day itself, we'll award first place for that. There's a Mayor's Cup, where I think we have somewhere around 15 to 20 mayors competing in a skills competition related to football.
Oh, wow.
And then the top three will be recognized at the game as well. So those kind of events are part of it.
What's the game like? What is that atmosphere like?
The game is, and so I've had the chance to take some Americans over to see what the Italian version of the game is like, and it is way different. it's just this fun, lively atmosphere. The Italian fans, that they'll cheer from the beginning of the game through the entire game. Different chants. The chants are really funny to listen to, and it's almost like a soccer game. I mean, they're cheering. They're have all sorts of noisemakers and things like that, and it's just a fun atmosphere.
So, are we expecting people to travel from Europe to the States for this game?
We are, and how many, I don't know. And that's kind of, there's a, the trouble with that is the semifinal games will be that weekend, I think, of June 16th.
Right, so we don't know yet.
So we don't know. The teams don't know, and they're going to have to make a quick decision to see
who's coming.
Yeah, and but we did hear that, John Grisham, who wrote the book Playing for Pizza, about the Italian Bowl and about the Italian League, will be coming to the game. So I know a lot of folks are excited about that, too.
Very cool. So people can get their tickets now. When is the game?
The game is July 1st at the Glass Bowl. Kickoff is at 3 o'clock, and all the tickets are available at ItalianBowlUSA.com.
Very good. Get your tickets now, and then participate in all those fun events leading up to it. I'd like to see what the mayor's got going on.
I know that's going to be very interesting.
Very cool. Nick, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.